So my favorite memory in this room actually took place when I was in elementary school, and for some reason a bunch of my friends came over. I think it was to work on a school project, but of course no work actually got done. Instead, I don't even remember how it really started, but we got into a pillow fight, and it was very intense. Like, there were kids swinging, every way. There were practically feathers flying out of the pillowcases. And at one point, I don't know who it was, because at this point it was just so chaotic, everyone was involved. We heard this, big crash, and we were like, oh my gosh, what was that? And it turns out one of my friends, to this day I don't know who, had knocked off with a pillow one of the blades of my fan, of my ceiling fan, so that came crashing down. My name is Hannah Hightman, and I'm a senior. I have lived in this room for all 18 years of my life. My favorite part of my room is the amount of shelf space that I have, because I have a lot of knickknacks and stuff like that, and I originally wanted to be a museum curator, so it's very important to me to have a space where I can display all the stuff I have. My most prized possession in my room is really hard to choose, but I think I'd probably say just all the artwork that my friends have given me over the years. My Japanese teacher, who's also a close friend of mine, painted this really beautiful picture of birds that's hanging above my dresser, and that's really important to me. And then she also painted these little paintings of a cat that looks like a cupcake, and I really like those as well. And then on my shelves I have some Japanese erasers, and then a lot of cards that I've picked up from various travels, and then just different dolls and knickknacks and that sort of thing. I also have Raven decals all over my walls. That's because when I was 12 I watched the movie Moonrise Kingdom, which I also have a poster of, and I really liked this one scene where the main character was dressed up as a raven, and that kind of just fostered my interest in that motif. And I have some tin signs that I got in Paris, and I have a Japanese breakfast at Tiffany's promotional poster, which is pretty cool. I think when I leave Modesto, what I'll probably miss most is the people and the friends I've made here. I know that everyone has said that while I'm making these videos, but it's really an important part of the place. I think what I'll miss about being a kid and a teenager, obviously the lack of responsibility. I don't have to pay bills or anything like that, but also I think I'll miss being surrounded with people who just feel things so intensely. I find the dramatics of your teenage years to be very creatively fueling, so I think once I leave that sort of atmosphere, I'm worried that my work will become more diluted and bland. What I'm looking forward to about being an adult is just being able to pursue my goals and create my own life. I think when you're a kid going into a creative industry, I want to be a journalist, a lot of people have a tendency to just discredit that and go, oh, that's a pipe dream. So I'd have to say that I'm looking forward to actually being able to achieve that and not have that kind of connotation of it just being something I dream about and not something I accomplish. I think I will be sad to leave Modesto, but I also never really viewed Modesto as a place that I was going to stay in for my entire adult life, so I think it's just going to be, a necessary thing, and there's really so much to look forward to that it's definitely bittersweet and not a strictly sad occasion.